17 different countries have been whittled down to 5. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang won last year and his name again amongst a very talented group. Right, we're joined now by the North African football analyst, Firas Elechi. Firas, thank you very much for joining us now. That was a very impressive list that we've just saw. Can Aubameyang defend his title?
Well, you're talking about one of the best players in Europe and in the world. Remember, Aubameyang was the first African player to win the Bundesliga Best Player of the Year, and he won the award last year, as you said earlier. But he's looking at real, serious, tough competition. I mean, Riyad Mahrez is the best player in the Premier League. His skills are undisputed. He was a major part of Leicester's inspirational journey last year, scoring 17 goals with 11 assists. You look at Sané and this rising star. He's becoming an essential part of Jurgen Klopp's top 11. He scored 6 goals with 4 assists in 11 games. Soleimani's talent is on the rise, and we're watching this player and we're discovering another side of him with Leicester. And Salah has this talent. Every game he plays it as if it was his first, as if he's got something to prove. So he's looking at a serious competition, and to be honest, it's going to be tough for Aubameyang to keep his title this year.
It's exciting stuff, isn't it? Well, Firas, is the quality of play in Africa going up and having more influence on European football?
Well, if you look at how African players are moving to Europe over the last 10 years, you'll find that the pattern has changed. It's no longer about major schools producing these talents. I mean, where is ASEC Abidjan nowadays? It totally disappears. Where is Africa Sports? It totally disappears. Al Ahly is going through a major crisis. But the fact that we live in a world where you can see everything, where you can reach everyone, it's enough that if you're a good Nigerian player to come out in your backyard, film yourself, wait for your video to go viral, and the next thing you got a European agent calling you. So everybody got chances now from Africa to move to Europe, and this is giving more chances to more and more players, and that's why we notice more African talent in Europe.
Well, we have 2 players from Algeria and 1 from Egypt. A very strong presence from North Africa. Is this now a changing of the guard?
These 3 players from North Africa don't reflect the reality of North African football currently. I mean, take a look at Egypt. They're struggling to make it to the African Cup of Nations. Al Ahly is going, as I said, through a major crisis. Zamalek, although they played the final, they're not as good. Look at the Algerian football. It's true that they had a great generation from 2010 to 2014, and they participated in the World Cup twice. But now they're struggling within their group to make it to the next World Cup, and the Algerian teams didn't make it far in the Champions League. The African football isn't at its best days, unlike what we see with these 3 players who represent individual talent and will and hard work.
Well, if you do have the best players or very good players coming from North Africa, why isn't it showing in the national sides?
Sorry, come again. I didn't hear that last question.
No, you were just saying because you've got a great talent coming from North Africa, why isn't it showing with the Egypt sides?
Well, Egypt is going through a major crisis, economical crisis. The club cannot recruit players anymore. Everything that's happening within the country, you talk about economics, you talk about politics, and it's affecting sports. Remember, the Egyptian league is taking place with no crowds, no serious football, no sponsoring, nothing is happening there, and it's damaging, of course, the national team. You look at Algeria, and it's just the end of a generation. It's just simply that. But North African national teams are suffering, and they're not living their better days.
Okay, Firas, thank you so much for joining us. Really enjoyed that. Right, still to come on the show. Basketball legends grace Istanbul for the Eurobasket 2017 draw. And it's not for the faint-hearted, but these guys show us how dedicated they are in their martial arts.
Music, film, photography, fashion, design. The world of art and culture here on TRT World. Showcase brings you the latest from around the world, guides you behind the scenes and talks to the movie.